yes, you do hear a wow. And I think I've worked out all the weird issues for the moment. Sorry to hear that, Panda. That's a real bummer, but, I mean, at the same time, it is really nice that at least streaming is a thing that exists these days, that you are able to leverage. It's maybe not perfect or ideal, but, you know, there's been worse times when that wasn't even an option. What'd you do? I forgot what I was doing. No, actually, I'm quite sure it wasn't gear. I know I was working on quests, I just don't remember which quests. I'm trying to finish all the story stuff, before the new expansion drops in 2 days. I know those feels, I'm in the same boat. I mean, I also have a day job, so there's that, but it's always a good feeling when I earn anything at all through my streaming. Okay. Oh, that's... That's a totally different thing. Celebratory affiliate present. Hey, I think oof! Heart attack! I think I may have cleared all the major quests in this particular section. So I think I have to go here. There is one non-repeatable quest here.
Your desire is my command. The pleasure was mine.
Oops, wrong thing.
Who are we going to kill today?
Don't think I cleared any raids last week, so I don't think I get anything from the vault this time. Yeah, I don't get anything this time around. well, I guess I can just jump in here. That's kind of the shortcut to where I'm going.
The Necrolords march on the altar of domination. Join us and lead the charge.
I have limitless time. You do not. Trust not what you see in the mall. Will that be all, Mo Walker?
The Necrolords march on the altar of domination. Join us and lead the charge.
Oops. Went the wrong way again. I always go to the wrong door. Alright. Oh no. Okay, don't want to be dealing with that right now.
The Necrolords march on the altar of domination. Join us and lead the charge.
Oh, it sent me back here. Hmm?
For the honor of the Bladesworn. Blood and thunder. For Praxis. For Akarek.
Loktar. Let honor guide your path.
I don't have a target.
This
I need to target
will be your
something first.
final voyage.
Hmm. Oof! No weaknesses. Nothing can be done to stop it. These things sure do have a lot of HP. Taking so long to die. I can't imagine having to do this quest in, like, lower level gear. Oof. Be here all day. Came to the realization I may be going about this quest a little bit wrong. Probably just mount past a lot of these enemies. Now that I've completed the other quests. My bad for not realizing it was inside the building. I should have known. I'm a Death Knight. Although I have characters of most classes, if not all. Not all of them are max level, but I've pretty much played every class at least a little bit.
Who taught you to fight?
A human. He wanted a gladiator. He made an enemy.
Throne Khan. Every defeat is a lesson.
Necropolis beacon placed. Oh. Mostly in practice I end up, sticking with, like, the plate classes. Death Knight, Paladin, Warrior. But I did do some decently high-end raiding as Rogue for a while. And I had a Hunter main at one point back in, like, BC. Legendary in all the classes. In all the things. Oh, okay, I didn't actually get dismounted. It just felt like I did because he slowed me. I didn't actually need to pull this many, and doing so was probably unwise, but here we are. Legendary. Multi-kill.
I need a target.
Stare into the abyss. You ever have one of those days when a floating death fortress appears over your base?
Mercy! The Marsworn are assaulting our position. Eradicate them!
Tear that necropolis out of the sky! Drag it down!
Forward, Necrolords! Burn these traitors to ash! Wild Hunt! We ride to battle!
Take to the skies! Our allies are counting on us!
Come, let us show them the might of Reventread!
Always ready for battle. Even here, I protect the weak. Only the Hellguard keep! The Zerachris will cover us!
Probably Necromancer.
I am...
Focus on the mission.
No, Warlock. There is no Necromancer. Yeah, it would have to be Warlock. And if you were a skeleton, then that probably means you were a Forsaken.
I don't have a target.
How goes the fight?
Big bada boom!
Strength and honor. Strength comes from the heart.
Draxi. Here? I will make for the necropolis. Please, save my brethren.
Aw, that's too bad. Maybe you would have preferred like a ranged caster or something? Like a mage or... Yeah, every class plays really differently. And they keep changing how they play with every expansion. So, it can be hard to find the right class for you. I kinda thought that AoE would kill everything, and it didn't. It decidedly didn't.
I need to get closer.
Excuse me.
It's too far away.
Oh yeah, laptop is less than ideal.
I'm out of range. I need to target something first. It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Well, to be fair, I am doing all of the, like, solo content from an entire expansion's worth of patches.
don't have a target.
Like, it's technically possible to group up for this, but you would both have to be on the same quest
Blood
phase.
and thunder.
I mean, generally speaking, in MMOs, you only end up playing with other people if you're doing dungeons, or if you're, in the endgame farming, like, raids. All the leveling and everything is usually done solo in most MMOs. Final Fantasy XI was a big exception to that. You basically could not level solo past, like, level 10 to 12. For most classes, it was just impossible. So, I mean, there's definitely a big appeal to playing together, but the games typically aren't designed for the entire game to be played as a group all the time. Usually you have the option to do it that way, but a lot of the stuff is designed for just solo play, either so that you can experience the story, without having other people, like, waiting for you while you're watching cutscenes and stuff. Or, oops, I guess I went the wrong way. So that, you have the ability to practice and learn the skills that you need for cooperative play on your own without it impacting other people's, enjoyment of the game. It varies. Like, some expansions are better than others, and for me, I'm pretty invested in it because I was a player of the Warcraft games before World of Warcraft came out. So I wanted to see where the storyline went with, like, Arthas and characters like that from Warcraft 3, after that game ended. And this was the only way to experience that, really. Oh. Okay, apparently the person I saved is attacking me. So, you know, from that perspective, I might have a certain amount of bias from wanting to see how those storylines played out. But, I mean, it's been enough to captivate millions and millions of people. Like, literally tens of millions of people simultaneously at many times. So clearly other people have found it interesting in some regard, whether it's from the storyline or the challenge of the gameplay, or, you know, I'm sure everybody gets their own, benefits out of the gameplay. And you certainly can make, like, very strong friendships in these games when you're, you know, doing dungeons together and things like that, really having to rely on each other as a group.
We need reinforcements.
Scared now, Draxi? The jailer does not tolerate weakness in his ranks.
The player count isn't as high as it used to be, but it's still in the millions.
You will answer for what you did to Kraxus.
Take my boon, Virans.
It definitely used to be pretty common, especially near the start of an expansion or something, for the player count to be like 15 million-ish or more.
Show them the heart of a Necrolord.
And I mean, considering that this game is now 18 years old enough to be a legal adult in the United States, it's done very well to maintain that player count through, like, numerous bad management decisions and everything along the way. Whereas most other MMOs have, you know, pretty quickly fallen apart. Or just never really had that much support to begin with.
Of his underling.
Underling? Helya is no
No, it's true, it cannot yet drink.
I will not be silenced! I will not be imprisoned! My wrath shall haunt your...
I've always thought that it was weird that you're considered a legal adult and allowed to vote and participate in our political system, but you're still not allowed to have alcohol.
Every well fought. Go well. Come. We will speak.
You knew.
Loktar! I knew who you were the moment I saw you. Do you really think I would not recognize Duratan's eyes? You were but a babe when I died. Tell me, who have you grown to be?
I was once war chief of the Horde. The shaman of the Earthen Ring.
That is who you were. Who are
So,
you now?
this expansion takes place literally in the afterlife. And this character, who was one of the main characters of Warcraft 3, Thrall, has just been reunited with his long-dead mother.
Not from mother to child, but from one similar soul to another. Remember who you were, but take pride in who
They were
you
also
are.
both major characters in the ill-fated Warcraft movie.
The warrior of Maldraxxus. I see that it was only the beginning. It brings me joy to see how far you have come. And I know you have much farther to go.
Thank you, Mother. I will make you proud.
Come. I wish to know more of your life. All of it.
Lord of the Rings Online? Yeah, still alive, but kind of limping along. Like, doesn't really have a huge player base or anything. Like, there's really only a handful of MMOs that have ever managed to get into the, like, high hundreds of thousands or millions of players. Yeah, it's really sad when an MMO dies.
Speak, mortal.
Just like a little piece of history being lost. I'm very big on game preservation, and it's disconcerting the way that things like MMOs can just permanently disappear. Things that have, like, always online connectivity required and things like that are just so difficult to preserve. And it's so tough because a big part of the experience is the people that you're playing with as well. So, you know, in some cases, even if you can preserve the game itself, you can't really preserve the core experience, because without the player base, it's not the same game. But it would be nice if there were ways, you know, to at least preserve the game itself, to give other people in the future a chance to have that experience.
For his treachery. The houses of Maldraxxus stand united once more.
And, you know, it's important for video game history and for future development to be able to have those experiences and understand those things firsthand, to know how they worked and, you know, what did and didn't work about them.
The Maw Walker.
Champion, quickly. We must stop the Primus before it is too late. Nathrazim scum, you cannot deceive the House of Eyes. I stand ready. In Akarak's name.
So, yeah, the thing about Terra Online's combat is, it didn't appeal to people who played MMOs. Like, it was, you know, the whole point of it was to set itself apart from other MMOs, and in doing so, it alienated people who play games in that genre. I'm sure, you know, it managed to capture some bit of audience from other genres as a result, but without that kind of core audience who's looking for that kind of experience, it's really hard to maintain. Air person.
You need something?
Well, maybe, maybe not. You might just not really enjoy the combat style in them.
Ashes to ashes.
I mean, it didn't do too bad. It managed to linger around for a while as free-to-play, as I recall. But I didn't hear that the servers actually got turned off. Maybe it's still around and it's just doesn't really have support anymore? Or maybe it did get shut off and I just quietly went into nothingness. Okay, at Sinfall. Josh Strife Hayes? I do not know who that is. Oh, I see.
Who are we going to kill today?
Very odd to me that console would continue after PC, but I guess maybe they had some kind of contractual obligation there? I see. Okay, let me check my quest. Okay, there really is just the one thing there. Actual... Never find the Flight Master in this place. There it is.
Greetings, mortal. Trust in the Arbiter.
Whoosh! Pet the cats! Hi, Iron Dar! Very well, I shall find a cat to pet. I shall return. Oh, sadly the cats were not really in the mood to be pet. They got upset and walked away. Cats be like that sometimes. Oh, that's right. I have to go up this elevator that just left without me. It's okay. They're only mildly irritated. Well, it is a standalone game. You really don't need any other experience in the FF franchise to play it. But, yeah, if you don't enjoy MMOs and you don't enjoy Final Fantasy, then it might not be a great fit for you. On the other hand, it is the most popular MMO in the world right now, so it might be worth a shot. Maybe you'll like it more than you think. I feel like it does play a little bit more like Terra than WoW does, where you have, you know, kind of less abilities that tend to be on a much longer cooldown, and it's a lot more like positioning and dodging attacks. But your mileage may vary.
I will not be trifled with.
It certainly doesn't have the, like, you know, dodge roll kind of action RPG combat style that Terra did. Not to the same level, at least.
We are here to hunt and destroy dreadlords. Try not to join them this time.
We'll use the mirror.
Darkest greetings, Walker.
Yeah, the story really drives MMOs because, like, that's the RPG element, right?
Who are we going to kill today?
There is a simplicity in inevitability. Come closer, my new friend.
Alright, I can fly now. Whee! Flying moose!
The prince shall be protected.
I couldn't fly in the other areas I was in earlier.
Who are we going to kill today?
Well, thank you for spawning and ruining that other character's voice line.
Why were you sent to Maldraxxus, Vaj? You have no shortage of sins.
Who are we going to kill today?
Countless ages ago, just after the first Venthyr was sired, Denathrius unveiled another creation, the Nathrezim. Forged to be the ultimate infiltrators, they bore the influence of death into the realms of our rivals, as well as the worlds of the living. Despite their subtlety, one of these incursions was discovered. In response, the full wrath of the light fell upon Revendreth, setting ablaze the ward once held by the Nathrezim. Once the Naru were routed, the Stonerite turned her anger upon the Nathrezim, blaming them for the loss of so many of her children. The armies of Maldraxxus did not rise up to defend us, so the Stonerite carved her Stone Legion to strike back against the light. The conflict was ended by Denathrius, who said he would exile them to a world beyond the Shadowlands. Denathrius never told me what became of the Nathrezim. Only later did I learn that mortal souls had come to know them by another name, the Dread Lords.
Interesting bit of lore there, but only if you're pretty deep into the lore of the game and the storylines.
Who are we going to kill today?
I have harvested enough warriors to know the future.
My dear Stonerite, harvester of wrath.
Shall rather Blade Wall, how have you been, my child?
Mother of Stone, you honor me with your concern. I am well.
Impressive, considering Denathrius had you beheaded after casting Renathal into the maw. Reveal yourself, infiltrator!
Always so clever. Only, I am not the infiltrator. I am the distraction. Now! Seize the medallion! Remove the interlopers!
My power is mine to wield. Is that all?
Grief accomplishes nothing. Use this to see through the Nathrezim's disguises.
To kill today?
Illidan would have relished this. What fate do you
Shadowlands
suppose
really
was
lost
chosen
me
for
at the
him?
start of the expansion, because although I liked kind of the tie-ins with the Lich King storyline and stuff, the gameplay was just awful. The amount of grinding that they put into it. Like, they had specifically said that they were, you know, trying to eliminate grinding from the game, but they actually made it way, way worse.
Without a medallion, you are but a shadow of your former fury.
Yeah. Well, and you know, they add in a lot of catch-up mechanics, which tend to fix some of the horrible grindiness, but by the time they do, I've already lost interest. And the first set of, like, major content patches always end up taking the longest. So, by the time they come out, I've, you know, already stopped playing. So, recently what I usually do is I'll play... Like, I'll renew my subscription right at the very end of the expansion, play for a little bit, catch up on all the story and everything, and then, and like, the raids and stuff before they, you know, disappear and people stop playing them. And then, you know, play for a little bit at the start of the new expansion, experience the new dungeons and stuff, and then stop playing again until the end of the expansion. Which buys me a couple of years of WoW-free living.
Your Stoneborn cannot find us all. We are everywhere.
Continue to delay our foes. The plan nears fruition.
Ah,
It's too far away.
Illidan's lackeys. Another sends his regards.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
That's one objective down.
Hello, more.
In any case, this expansion ends on Monday, so... Time to find out what the new expansion is like. Incidentally, the two characters following me around are now dead and in the afterlife, but they were raid bosses that I fought and killed back in Burning Crusade expansion.
Who are we going to kill today?
not sure that's the right way. It was not.
And what can this humble fallen...
Pro Walker, with me. The rest of you make for Sinful. I want that medallion back. And Mal'Gannis's head on a spike.
Ah, our potentials...
Who are we going to kill today?
Leave this place before it claims you.
Okay, it's getting late. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there, because I really need to fix my sleep schedule since I'm going back to work on Monday. But thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you had a good time.
That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, or join me on Twitch or Twitter. Hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming. Botany!